Hello, Gemini. This is Gypsy Spirit, and I am here to give you your reading for September 2022. I've already pulled the Oracle cards and Tarot cards, and we also have a special bonus card. So I will tell you, this is a general reading, so some of it may resonate, some of it may not. If what resonates, wonderful. What doesn't resonate, just toss it. If you want your own personal reading, you can get that. All my information is in the box below. And so let's go ahead and get started, Taurus. And I'm sorry, not Taurus. We're talking with Gemini. I just did Taurus. So Gemini, let's get started. It looks to me like a King of Swords. We got the King of Swords, the Five of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. And just let me explain that to you. The King of Swords here, Gemini, is in reverse. That tells me that there is some sort of conflict going on in your life right now. And I feel like for many of you, it could have something to do with business. I see that business, because we got the last card is the Queen of Pentacles. It has something to do, it could be something on a legal aspect, business. Again, this is a general reading, so you got to pick your story. For some of you, I feel like there may be something to do with maybe a will or an estate or something of that sort. But whatever the case may be, the King of Swords, it's like you don't feel like you have clarity on the situation, whatever it may be. And your map card, which it goes with this card, is education. So this card is advising you, if you need to get legal advice, do whatever you need to do to educate yourself on this situation, because the more educated you are, you have that as a power tool to back you up. I'll tell you something that happened a long time ago. I used to have a vintage clothing store, and it was right on the corner. My store faced a very busy street, but part of the store also was on a little side street. So it's like, this is how it was. This is the main street, and you turn on this little side street, and part of my business was there too. So it was like one building, but there was a building, a girl that was, the building was all connected together. And there was a girl that owned a Pilates studio. She was not a nice person. But anyway, she put up a sign on the front part that was facing the very busy side of the street. She put up a sign for her business on my business, on my place of business. And I said to her, you need to move that, because that confuses people. They think that my store is the Pilates studio, and that's not right. And she said, well, I can have that there. And I don't remember what she said, but I didn't think enough to know. I was, so new, and I didn't want to cause any problems with the landlord, because it was a month-to-month lease, and she was there probably maybe 4 or 5 months before I was. So I just let it go, and eventually she did move it. She hung it on the corner, which I was like, okay, well, that's better than what she had. What I didn't know, it was months later, that the city of Charleston, this is where it was at, the person who is in charge of signage for businesses, she came into my store and she asked me about, like my signage. And I didn't know this either, that you had to pay. Your signage could only be so big according to the square footage of your store. So she was asking me questions about my store, and she stepped outside, and she happened to notice the neighbor's sign that was hanging. And she said, that needs to be taken down. And I said, why? And she explained that the sign has to be connected to your store. So in other words, her store had nothing to do with my store, and she was putting her sign on my store, and the city was saying no, she had to move it. It had to be on her store. And at that point, when the lady told me that, I said, well, I've already had problems with her about this. Please don't make her move that sign. I'm okay with it there. So the lady was very generous and let it stay. But the point that I'm getting at is, out of my own ignorance and fear, fear that I was going to cause problems, I let that girl overrule me and tell me that it was okay to have her sign on my store, and I did not educate myself enough to know. Had I had educated myself, I would have been in her store like that afternoon after she told me that, and telling her, listen, you either take it down or I'm calling the city of Charleston. But so what I'm telling you is educate yourself, because I feel like for some of you, you're in some sort of whatever, and there's conflict, and you don't have all the details. You're not educated enough to make the proper decision or move forward. So that's why we have the King of Swords in reverse. And, the Five of Wands. There's a lot of bickering, whatever it is. There's a lot of bickering back and forth, and you feel like you're not being heard. I mean, it's like a lot of people, throwing daggers at each other, and you're trying to get there's something that you're wanting to see happen, and so that you can move forward. And you haven't educated yourself enough. So do that, because the king, the king has everything under control. Right now, you don't have everything under control, because the king is in reverse here. But your angel card is Athena, and she says, this is a beautiful card. This is a beautiful message. It is safe for you to be powerful. You stand in your own truth. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So, Gemini, it's time for you to get off your butt and educate yourself on this situation so that you can move forward. I got a cousin who's always talking politics with me. She knows I don't do politics. And when she starts talking all that stuff, I listen to her. I don't say anything. And the reason why I don't say anything is because I don't study politics. I don't really know enough about politics to engage in a conversation with somebody. But I listen to my cousin, and I know she's very smart, and she has a great heart. And so I listen to what she has to say, and I respect her for it. Now, she doesn't know anything about spiritual things, but she'll come to me for a reading. When I see spirits around her, or somebody from the other side is trying to give her a message, I'll tell her about it. And she trusts me because she knows that I'm educated in that area. So it is time. Athena, your angel that is watching over you this month, is telling you it is safe for you to be powerful. Don't be afraid. Don't do what I did with the sign thing, where I was fearful of what could happen to me. Just go with it. Trust yourself and get yourself educated and be powerful. And check this out. Queen of Pentacles. How much better can it be, right? Because once you have done what you need to do, educated yourself and everything. I mean, look at the storm. She came out of a storm. The queen, if you look at a chessboard, the queen, she's in charge of everything. She's got everybody under her control. So yes, it is your time to be powerful, and you can do this in a very powerful, loving way. But once you get there, you will gain, you'll have your own power to stand in, and nobody can take that from you. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Your flower card is, I gotta say, some of this stuff that's going on, and I get it, with the Five of Wands, everybody bickering back and forth. You're angry. You're pissed off. People have said things that have pissed you off. They've done things that have pissed you off, and that's okay. I mean, it's part of the human experience. But the snapdragon is your flower. Check this out. Snapdragon, and it says release all anger, because Athena, your angel, is telling you that you know how to be powerful in a loving way. So you got to get rid of the anger. You got to just let it go and focus on the positive and trust that universe has got your back on this one. It says, don't give power to negative words by saying them. Don't. Just educate yourself and do what you need to do. Speak from your higher self and make your communications peaceful and loving. That's right. Love will build a bridge, and you don't have to be a wuss, to get your point across. You can be very stern and firm, but you can do it in the name of love. And you create that energy around you before you speak to anybody. Sage yourself. Do what you need to do. Use your crystals to embrace that energy of love and allow yourself to handle the situation only in love, because that's the only way to build that bridge and educate yourself. But I love the bonus card, and I always read from the book for the bonus card. It says, be gentle with yourself. The situation, people are, made you feel like you're wrong. You can't seem to get your word in. And sometimes we start to think, well, I'm the jerk here, No, you're not. No, you're not. Be very gentle with yourself. Look at this beautiful card. Be gentle with yourself. And I'm going to read what it says. It's 33. A time of new birth and energy is upon you. Draw on the lessons you have learned to assist you in moving forward. Notice how you have grown and changed as a result of everything that has transpired. Gather information as you go and be ready for new adventure. All signs are positive for successful outcomes at this time. But you have to put yourself in the situation where you let go of all the anger and speak in the name of love. Sometimes that's hard. But once you get yourself educated, you may be helping people to understand something that they don't know either. I'm sure that the girl that told me about the sign, that it was okay for her to put the sign there, she didn't know that it was illegal for her to do that. She didn't know. She was just being a bully. So, and I let her bully me. So don't beat yourself up if you're letting people bully you. It's time to take a stand, educate yourself on what you need to know, and then assert yourself in a very loving manner. But you have a lot of power, and don't let go of that. So thank you for listening. If you want your own personal reading, all the information about how to get in touch with me on my website is in the box listed below. And I hope to see you again soon. If you like this video, hit the like button. Also, if you want to hear more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you again next month, Gemini. So have a great month and take care of yourself and make good choices. Bye-bye.